Hello, MonstersAbound here, and wonders will never cease because I've done some renames. In unrelated news, wonders have ceased for at least the next 10 episodes. Don't expect anything else. Welcome back. It's Total War Warhammer 2, Mortal Empires, part 29 of my Grom the Paunch campaign. And with the renames, the most important rename is, of course, Mark here. Yes, Mark is back. What can we give? Can we give him something? No, we don't. We don't have the scrap. But what could I give you? I could give you reinforcement, 25% extra strength. You've currently got 660, so that would be a lot. That would be a lot of extra weapon strength. Or 10 bonus versus infantry. To be honest, I think with a melee attack of 70, well, I guess, you know, the more chance he has of hitting stuff, the more chance it has of exploding. Interesting. Okay, well, there's maybe a choice there to be made, but when we've got the scrap. So Mark's back. I've also done a whole bunch of extra renaming. I won't show you all, but there's Castle Manfred Sucks, because Manfred sucks, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm sure we'll come across that as time permits. Okay, so last time we declared war on Malus because, well, we hate him, and we now are at war with Malekith as well, because why not? You know, may as well. Now, we probably won't have any problems with Malekith for the moment, he says famous last words, but at some point he might finish off Ulthuan, and then we might be in trouble. In fact, I wonder who has the Sword of Cain, because if it's Malekith, then Toyravesi may not be under their control for much longer. Okay, good. Well, no, it's not my problem. It's their problem. Screw 'em. Zajar, Brain Smasher, we're going to want you to just kind of keep an eye. We've kind of got agents everywhere. You know what? We're going to search. Oh, I know there's going to be Skaven there. Now, I do need to take Eschen and Waldenhof, not because I particularly need them, but mostly because it's just pumping out Chaos Corruption at the moment. Because these buildings are 5 each, so it's another 10, so it gets a lot of Chaos Corruption. So we need to stop that, because that Chaos Corruption is going to be an absolute pain in the balls to deal with. So we'll deal with that. Azhag is pretty much all good to go. We could actually go for Averheim. I'm tempted to knock out the Skaven. I didn't say Warpstone, no. Seek help. Okay, you've only got one settlement, so we could just knock them out, I think is probably the easiest thing to do, because why do I want a little Skaven faction on my flank just pumping out rats into me? That came out wrong, but you know what I mean. They're just, you know, they're riddled. They're riddled with disease, probably. Good. Growth. Let's get growth and end the turn. Fantastic. Now, I am skipping some of these end turns at this point because we've got allies that sort of can see quite a lot of stuff, and there's lots of agents, there's lots of armies just moving around, and it's not particularly interesting to watch. If anything important does happen, I will flag it up, but that's why I cut most of this boring stuff out.
You gonna help Grom conquer the world, or what?
Or what, indeed. You want military access. Well, that would help me find you, so sure. I mean, it might be a slight betrayal when I stab you in the back, but to be honest, who cares? Oh, Zajar. Zajar Brain Basher. I forgot to rename him, but no one's perfect. Okay, so it looks like the Empire is... I think because the Empire's been throwing so much stuff at me, they've kind of succumbed to chaos. Now, normally they wipe the floor with chaos. Now, that could be that chaos has been buffed. I don't know. So it's one of those things where, obviously, playing one campaign, we're going to get kind of a feel of any balance changes, but I think it's going to be like 4 or 5 campaigns before you can definitely nail it down as, yes, this is definitely changed, or no, the order tide is still there. Do a little bit of raiding there for no particular reason. We do want defences here if we can get it. Otherwise, looks like everything's fine. Just keeping an eye on any potential Empire reinforcements popping up, but so far it's looking quite good. So far, just lots of chaos sort of wandering all over the place, murdering anyone they come across, which is fine by me. We do want you... Okay, so nothing there. Let's bring you back. Again, just sort of running patrols, keeping an eye on what's going on. So far, nothing. Okay, we'll bop that. And we'll occupy this time. Fishbone Penner, that's fine. Okay, what do we got here? Anything good? Right. So, we probably want defences here, just to be on the safe side. Let's get the raiding stashes as well. Otherwise, I think this is probably fine, actually. I think it's okay. And Scar Stick is ranked up. Okay, so we've got Mob Boss, we've got Renowned and Feared. That's all fine. We don't... We do have artillery. So I could go for choppers, or I could just go for savage smarts. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make our goblin doom diver catapults a little bit more potent. And you, what have you got? Ugh. Ugh, that looks awful. Okay, can we kill you? Okay, we're going to have to fight it, but we do get some reinforcements from the garrison. They will, of course, be roadkill. I really, really hate cavalry-heavy armies to fight because they're just a pain in the arse, basically. These Pegasus Knights are a nightmare. Fortunately, most of them seem to be hitting our front line, which is fine. I mean, the fact is, even if they actually go and attack the Orcara boys, we should be okay. Lots of units coming into charge, but our Ball Boy Biggins coming around the flanks, our trolls mopping up the Grail Knights there, and the Ball Boy Biggins coming in to hit the rear of these knights. There's Mark getting stuck in. So Biggins charging in, closing the trap against these knights. And they should be finished off fairly quickly. There is what's his face, and Mark is going to go and punch him in the heads repeatedly. We do have quite a lot of cavalry units trying to flank us around here, but that's fine because we've got trolls and we've got our own Biggins there, so we should be okay. And otherwise, it's just a small infantry force to deal with. That's it, Mark. Get him. Stamp on his head. Baron Thegan, that's his name, isn't it? Come on, Mark. The ball boys are getting under your feet. Don't worry about it. Bosh. You got him. Nice work. That's a good hit. Lovely hit there. We're chasing down the Wardens of Montfort. Get him, Mark. Pow! Nice work. And getting a lovely little charge here. Stone Trolls moving in. The Rolling Trolls coming in to help out against these Foot Squires. Without the cavalry support, this infantry isn't going to last very long. The cavalry has hit us on this flank, but our Trolls and Biggins have managed to deal with them and send them packing. Off they go. This army is actually pretty good for fighting cavalry-heavy forces, because obviously we've got quite a lot of cavalry of our own, and these trolls are pretty quick as well, which makes our life considerably easier than fighting, say it was Skarsnik. Goblins tend to be quite squishy when someone charges them, unfortunately. This army, pretty good. You know what? That went a lot better than I thought it would do. And we can bop them. We can finish them off. Oh, a giant blade. That's quite nice. What do you have? Well, you got a skill point. Okay, let's get choppers, because your melee attack's already pretty good. Talking melee attack, giant blade is bonus versus infantry and weapon strength. So I feel like the extra melee attack is probably better for him. because the bonus versus infantry will only work against infantry, and it debatable. I mean, it does give more weapon strength, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a massive help for him. So, right, let's finish them off. Eat them. Good, and then we'll hop back to Aquitaine and we'll heal up, and then we'll go and hit Bordelot afterwards. Right, Jamie Orkliver, you can have a boar, so you got 2 skill points. In that case, you can definitely, I say definitely, and then about what I'm going to do. Classic me. Here we go. I mean, that plus 40 melee attack is just so good. I mean, if you want to hit something, that's really going to help you. Let's get Doom and Darkness, because reduction in leadership can, if used at the right points, be pretty catastrophic. So we'll do that. What else have we got over here? Gary Rhodes can have hinder replenishment, despite the fact I'm never going to use it. And Fanny Craddock. Fanny Craddock can do anything she wishes. Dodgy geezer, sure. Let's do that. Right, Grom. What have you got? I don't think you've got much, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think you'd have much. Right, good. I could sack this, but I'm going to occupy, because our money's currently pretty good anyway. And also having this intact means we get that port, which is quite nice. Let's get the public order here. I'll get rid of... Do I want to get rid of the Squig building? Let's get rid of this ball building, because I'm probably not going to use that. And then I probably don't need defences here. Probably don't need it. Can we get across there? Not in one turn. But that's fine. Okay, public order here is okay. So we've got that. I mean, the scaling corruption is a bit of a pain, but it is dropping. And public order is good enough. And we are getting 7 from characters. Is that from Sly? It's probably fine. I'm not going to worry too much about it. All right, do I want the biggest war? That's... I mean, both of these are for Savage Orcs, and I don't really have any, but... I mean, I will have Wurzag at some point, so we will grab them, plus it'll finish off. And someone asked me when I'm going to do a war, and, okay, so... The problem with the war is... If you war, I believe, you lose your trophy immediately. So that means we lose the plus 15 winds of magic, the plus 20% speed, and the plus 40% income from post-battle loot. Now, all those benefits are really good. Right, they're just generally very good benefits. Winds of Magic, fantastic. Speed, great. Income post-battle loot, perfect. Exactly what we need. Now, unfortunately, should I decide to do a little war, I'll have now. This was for fighting undead. So we've got the biggest Boney's trophy. So that's the best trophy you can get. So depending on the faction's strength, you get a different trophy which have different benefits. Now, the problem is that I feel like the undead probably have one of the better bonuses. I mean, if we have a look at some of these, so like the Skaven give growth and casual replenishment. I mean, it's okay, but to be honest, probably not that useful. The Greenskins give leadership and recruitment cost reduction. Again, probably not that useful, actually, realistically. The Dwarves give weapon strength. Now, weapon strength could potentially be quite useful. However, these dwarves are not faction rank 1 to 10. And plus we'd lose the benefit that we've got. And when I said that it's an okay benefit, I don't think it overcomes the benefits that we've currently got. I think now the extra armor might potentially be okay. But again, it's, you see, missile strength, and not something we're really focusing on. So I really feel like I really feel like killing the undead is the better option. And now we've got this bonus, I don't really want to get rid of it. Which I realise some people might go, but what? And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, Kill the Scalies gives physical resistance, and hero. I mean that's okay, I guess. But again, I think the undead trophy is probably the best one, mostly because of that income from post-battle loot, which is, I mean, considering that currently our economy is basically we kill things, and as long as we don't stop killing them, we're fine. The extra income from post-battle loot is keeping us buoyant, basically. So I don't really want to get rid of that benefit. So that's the reason, basically. It's very much a case of I would like to war, but I don't want to, like, if I could war and go, you know what, I'm keeping this trophy, right? I'll war, but I don't want another trophy. It's fine. I will war for the sake of warring. You know, I'll go balls to the wall, war, fine, but I want to keep what I've already got. And I won't. I'll lose it and I'll get something shitter, basically. So I'm sort of like, unless I desperately need the extra armies, I don't think it's really a good idea to do it. Yeah, it's kind of a problem with the war system, to be honest, because I feel like I shouldn't be penalised for using the mechanic, and yeah, I feel like I would be. So that's why that's not happening. Let's get the... No, we don't need growth here, do we? In that case, extort more income. Let's do that and end the turn. And I forgot to move Lloyd Grossman again, so we have no idea where Grimgor's. I mean, Grimgor's got quite a large empire, and as such, it's going to be very difficult to find where the bloody hell he is. I think I might have to, like, just dragnet the entire area with Goblin Big Bosses and hope for the best. And even then, it's going to be almost totally blind luck. However, if we can hunt down Grimgor, then it should be fairly straightforward to go and kick his head in, I think. Now, the reason we didn't do it beforehand is because he was in the middle of a war, and so he had, like, 2 armies behind him. So he had his army and the war army. So trying to fight both of those at the same time, and considering I think most of his army was Black Orcs, that would have been tricky. So I decided to wait out the war. Now that war's finished, which is great, but obviously we don't know where he is, and that's kind of a problem. Plus the fact that he actually seems to be doing some good stuff down there. He's killing clan Moors, and frankly we'd probably have to do that when we took over his faction anyway, because clan Moors wouldn't like us, they'd want to kill us. And oh look, it looks like Luon is on his way to deal with Massive Orcal. No problem, because we've got Orglok the Horrible, and he has proven himself. He's popped his battle cherry, and now we can probably deal... I mean, to be honest, dealing with that Bretonnian army, as beaten up as it was fairly straightforward. So, fine. So it looks like Tyrion and his beloved have made up. There we go. And apparently Wood Elves have also made up. Good. Grim Fandango's back for the moment. He'll drop dead fairly soon, I'm sure. And technology is there. Right, let's get ball paints in. That's going to take 1 turn. Then we just need to do the biggest war. That's going to give us reputation, which we're not using. Then we finished the Orc Greenskin tech tree. Bosh. Done. Right, what have you got? That looks horrible. Now, I'm going to have to be careful here.
I will not.
Because if we get spotted... If we get spotted, this could go bad. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's get choppers. And Soul Blight. Okay, meanwhile, I could send Scarsnake back to help, but nah, he's fine. Yeah, yes. Is that what you've got? You've just got a shit ton of cavalry. That is great. Assuming you don't get goblins on your walls, which you definitely, almost certainly will do. I could auto-resolve this, but let's fight it. Yeah, let's fight it. And with the ceremonial crushing of the hay bales, the battle can begin in earnest as Monster Squad heads straight for the gates, as is tradition. Taking a little bit of fire there, but that is... What the hell happened there? The hell hit you? You alright, buddy? Nigel? You okay, Nigel? He's fine. The hell did they knock you flying with? Jesus. Bretonnians don't have anything they could hit you with, do they? They don't have artillery. the bloody hell happened? Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, so the Doom Divers taking out some of the units on the wall. Our archers moving up as well. And our Night Goblins taking up position up on the wall over here. Now, maybe I should have sent my archers over here, because then they could have, like, rained fire down on these knight units, and they would have basically been able to do nothing. However, in come our monster squad, charging straight into the Beast Slayers of Bastogne. They're Beast Slayers, but, well, they're not very good, unfortunately. Fanny Craddock. I mean, look at these boys. They're like, I guess we should charge. Get them, and that's no terrible idea. Terrible idea. There's still quite a lot of Bretonnians to deal with. There's a lot of Bretonnians to kill, but Monster Squad is more than capable of dealing with this blob. They are going to send more units to reinforce, and my Night Goblins are getting up onto the wall completely unopposed. They are absolutely fine. I probably should have sent them down to fight these knights. Now, a lot of them would have died, but oh well. I mean, they're goblins. What else do you want them to do? So we are hacking our way through the Bretonnian infantry. So far, so good. You can see just big explosions of blood as the trolls hit stuff, and it dies horribly. And you can see the numbers of Bretonnians dropping quite significantly. We've got these Holy Wardens of La Maisontel. Now, these guys have got flaming attacks, which is effective against our trolls. So, I mean, ideally, I'd probably want to keep my trolls out of there, but it's a big blob of infantry. What are you going to do? I probably, this is where a nice, like, orc shaman with a nice little foot of Gork would be brilliant, really. I maybe should have maybe done a Purple Son of Xeris with Fanny, but I should have expelled a Purple Sun out of my Fanny, but I didn't. I chose not to. I thought, you know what, Monster Squad more than capable of dealing with this, and they were really. All of our goblins currently up on the wall, having a little party. Only a few still coming up. There we go. The last few getting up onto that ladder. Come on, you. What are you waiting for? Not paid by the hour. Get up there. Jesus. Okay, still these knights sort of dicking about in the centre, but Beast Squad have, well, I mean, you can see the absolute carnage they've left behind. And I'm thinking now, let's just make a charge for the city centre, right? That could work, couldn't it? Yeah, it'd be fine. Let's do that. Just, go for the city centre. Job's a good one. Easy peasy. So that's what we're going to do. And I probably should have sent some units to support them. I mean, Monster Squad is pretty great, but, probably could do with some, a little bit of assistance. Because there's quite a few knights back here. Lots of Knights of the Realm. There's some Knights of the Realm there. Some Knights Errant. They've got some Pegasus Knights. And, I mean, I don't know what to say about this little... It's like they've got, like, water back here. It's very nice. It's very atmospheric. Can't help but feel like that's just asking for trouble over here. A little bit of rainfall, and you're just going to end up swamping, I guess, the peasant houses, which is probably why they don't give a shit, to be honest, because, peasants, if anything, they probably could do with a nice wash. So maybe they just open the sluice gates every so often. I tried to get Skarsnik to fire off his Prodder, but it just wasn't happening. And, this is... It's something we don't often talk about, and I think it should be, talked about more. Sometimes your Prodder doesn't go off, and it's entirely normal. Okay, sometimes you just can't perform, and that's fine. Just accept it for what it is. So Skarsnik's going to get stuck in with without shooting off his Prodder. He's just going to stab people with it, which works just as well. Now, Bob and the Bobette's taking quite a chunk of damage. Need to be a little bit careful. Just surrounded by so many knights. Little Purple Son of Xeris there is going to do a little bit of damage, but this is why I wanted a Foot of Gork, really. Foot of Gork just does a lot of damage very quickly in a very contained area. The Purple Sun is, I mean, it's doing okay, but it's not getting that many kills. It's not doing a huge amount of damage. Probably could be better. We've managed to fend off most of the knights. You can see a lot of them running away there. And we've done a lot of damage to them. Our units have taken quite a chunk of damage as well, though. You can see the lead flying things taking quite a pounding. This is ZZ Bottoms also taking a bit of a pounding. We need to really take out their Lord. We've dropped a Doom and Darkness on them. That is going to reduce their leadership and hopefully break quite a few units. There you can see knights fleeing off the field there. That's going to let us push forward. More knights charging in. But we should... I mean, we're doing okay. We're pushing into the city centre. The city centre is coming under our control. If we can then just hold that. I'm going to bring my Night Goblins off the wall to come and help. Hopefully take out these Grail Guardians. I don't think... I think this is basically in the bag, but we need to be a little bit careful, just in case. My trolls have taken a bit of a beating. And to be honest, I don't want to lose any units simply because I was too lazy to move units off of the wall. So we need to be a little bit careful. There's yet more units of Knights of the Realm back there, and also some Men-at-Arms. Now, I'm not too worried about the Men-at-Arms, but the Knights could potentially do some damage. So just going to try and take out that Lord. There he is. He's running away. We just need to do... Oof, getting a nice little charge. Nope, they back off at the last second. You can see that you see so many dead Knights here, though. I mean, look at the big pile of dead Knights. That's a lot of dead Bretonnian cavalry. They're still coming in charging. Bob the Bobette is taking quite a chunk, receiving another charge there, but fighting back, and that's gone out of control. But that's fine because it looks like the Bretonnians are starting to rout. You can see the Lord there is coming back, charging in for one last go, but then taking a Spirit Leech and then running away again. And army loss is now taking effect. And Monster Squad has basically single-handedly won the day. Probably should have got the goblins to help out a little bit, but it was alright. Right, we'll sack it. Doop, 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 doop. Good. And then apparently we can't reach it. Never mind. I guess we'll... do some braiding, sure, and then we can hit it. It's got walls still. I don't know why sometimes Scarsnick doesn't seem to actually damage the settlement. Someone did say that Greenskins apparently have a chance to not do that, but I don't what. Does that help? I feel like it probably doesn't. Oh look, we should put some poo in their settlement. They still got walls, and now it contains poo. Good. Right. Okay. Now we've got this. This is a little bit of a problem over there, but we'll worry about that in a second. We've taken. We could actually. Now, let me think about this because we've got some. So to win a battle against an army containing a bloated corpse. Sail, explore the sea, or right. So we could potentially get that one. That's a Norscan settlement, which we probably won't get. Okay, so let's maybe come out here and do this, because then we can sail to the wreck. Then we can bop that and eat that, and that should give us another ingredient and the Book of Asher, which is quite nice. Did that give us a ingredient? No. So then explore the sea or sack a vampire coast settlement. I thought that would be that, but maybe not. Oh well, not a big problem. Can we not land? All right, never mind. We're underway to Shattered Stone Isle. Neither of these have defences, which means that unless Malus is around, then it's not with Ted. It's not really going to be a big issue, is it? It's basically going to be a walkover. Malus not doing very well, mind you. I wonder if does Malus start with Hag Reef over here? Yes, but it's under Malekith's control. So I wonder, because we haven't seen Malus, so I don't know where the bloody hell he is. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I'd like to run him over with Grom's chariot just for shits and giggles. Good. Let's also... Oh, what a surprise. There's Skaven here. Who would have thought it? Holy shit. Rats. Yeah, well... Dead rats, because, let's be honest, they never stood a chance. I'm going to sack their settlement, because I could do with the cash. I say I could do with the cash. I currently have a huge amount of money, which is, you know, no problem. So we'll do that. Take that to capture the entire settlement, or province even, so that's good. We can get some more cash coming in as well to try and offset what we've got. I mean, we're only losing 5.5k at the moment, which is actually really, really good. So I'm really, really happy about that. Marco Pierre White, I have literally no idea where Grimgor is, so you are going to come down here and maybe one day you'll find him, or maybe you'll just die in the middle of the wastes, who knows. And what the Korean is, let's head north, because I haven't seen any Empire armies, like, 0. And they've also dropped down the strength rankings quite...
You dare to presume by coming before me.
Mate, I did no such thing. I have witnesses, I did not... That's probably on Sly, to be honest, and he was probably just airing him out. He doesn't mean it. It's not like a sexual. It's more like he just needs to get some, you know, airflow around those things, because they are so moist. Good. Well, yeah, he's strength rank 15, which is quite low if we compare it to some other factions. So he's actually lower than Karak Hearn, which they have 3 settlements. So I'm going to assume that the Empire is basically fucked at this point. I don't think they're going to be throwing too much else at us. Now that could be, you know, hoisting myself my own petard yet again. I don't tend to do that very often. But I don't know where they are. I just haven't seen the buggers. I wonder if they're up there. Maybe they're fighting Chaos in the north, or fighting Wolfric. I don't know what they're up to, but they're not currently bothering me, which is good. Minheim is clear. It's just a bit weird. It makes me feel very uneasy. Grim Fandango. You can come over here.
Absolutely not.
If you get stabbed next, or this turn, I'm going to be so vexed. I'm going to be very, very vexed. Let's extort income just for shits and giggles. There we go. And, oh, yeah, we can get the next rank of gold mine. And, sure, let's do that. I don't know what else I want, really. I guess more shamans would be not the worst thing. More growth, good. And defences. Sure. Anything else? Oh, yes, the moots. For some reason, we currently have public events. Why would we have... Oh, it's because we've got the feast, isn't it? Which increases it by... increases obedience by 8. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Right, Flayed Rat, you're going to grow a little bit bigger as well. Dread Rock is fine. It's actually bringing in quite a bit of cash. Greenskin's economy is awful, to be honest, terrible. But ports help. Because, of course, ports bring in quite a chunk of change. And the Greenskins don't really... I mean, they have the loot building. Which... Oh, hello. Talk of the bloody devil. There he is. Rocking up. Better late than never, I guess. Where the hell was he, then? Oh, interesting. So, the Bretonians have just been cut off. Clan Malls is dead. That suggests that Grimgor was in the south then, and that also means that he apparently has smashed everything in the south. Military access. No, I'm not going to give you money because I don't need to go. Like, if I want to traipse through your land, you know what I'll do? I'll traipse through your land, like I give a flying toss. Now that suggests that Grimgor's captured everything in the south, which means if we could just find Grimgor, then we will have like the most territory I've ever had in my life. Non-aggression pacts. I'm going to say no. Because I don't think you're going to declare war on me, thank God. And even if you did, God, as soon as I confederate with them, it's going to be such a ball ache. There's going to be so much admin to do. So much paperwork. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. It's just... Oh, it's going to be madness. It really is. There's going to be so many armies to disband. My income will be catastrophic. Ouch. Oh no, they win. I thought they died, but no, they're fine. Good. Okay, Sword of Cain has been claimed by another. Okay, and Sly Sweaty Bollocks is an architect. Good stuff there. And apparently we got a mission issued, which I probably won't do, but they're dead. Blah, 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 blah. Grim Fandango apparently is alive somehow. I'm not sure how he managed to survive that. But good on you. He's going to assault the garrison over here. Don't die. Oh, you actually succeeded. Good. Jesus, that's a first. It's a bloody first, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna take Averheim. Basically, Azhag's on the attack now. He spent so long fending off Empire armies, and how the tides of war have turned again. Now we could go off to Dragonfang Mountain, although I think can we reach Malus from here? Bloody hell, we can, and he can't get away. Oh, it's holy crap, Malus! Jesus, do you need all these? I don't think you do. Okay, well, we're going to kill Malus and his horde of spiky hydras, but that's going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.